All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Cinnabar Hot Takes podcast. Allow me to reintroduce this squad. We got DJ Big C. How you doing today, bud?
I'm doing all right. How we doing, squad?
Great. Mr. Joey Dreams. Joe, how you doing?
Doing lovely tonight. Doing
All
lovely.
right, and I am Larry, the gym leader, aka Mr. Wonderful. I hope everybody listening is having a great time. This is actually an impromptu recording. We were just kind of chilling, playing some Pokemon. All of us aren't even playing each other. I think Joe's playing TCG right now, and
Yep.
sees what you're doing.
Well, I must confess I have Pokemon on one side and Tekken 8 demo on the other.
Facts. Yep, I knew it. I'm just flying around on Miraidon. That's like the best thing that they've added, and they added it way too damn late.
Yeah, I heard it's like really fun. I haven't gotten to that part of the DLC, but I'm really excited for that part.
I mean, it gives you so much freedom, and you can do this in all of the other worlds. I say worlds, but like all the different areas. But they should have just made it like earlier. Like, I mean, I know you want people to play that third DLC, but man, that permanent flying would have been nice. Like when people were still excited about doing raids and
When people stop ignoring the graphics of the game.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's too soon still?
It's never too soon. It's never too soon.
It's justified, man. They had time to fix it.
I mean, they said they were going to fix it. Like, what are they waiting for? Switch 2? Oh, wait. Is that supposed to be announced yet?
They did fix it, bro. It's like 10% less laggy.
Yo, what's 10%?
Well, now the game doesn't, explode when you are in a battle and there's like random wild Pokemon like that run in front of you.
Facts. Yeah, the graphics were pretty bad. There's a couple of times where I've lost a couple of things where I just couldn't do anything with the game, and I'm like, damn, this is my life now. This is it.
This is it. This is all we have.
This is the best. This is the best I got.
I mean, let's be honest. Wasn't the Nintendo Switch better? Not Switch, I'm sorry, the Wii. I don't know, not the Wii. Oh my goodness, I'm blowing brain dead right now. Wasn't the
The Wii U.
3DS, the 3DS, the one that had X and Y? It was a 3DS?
Oh, X and Y.
Yeah, X and Y. Wasn't that like the most perfect game made? I'm just saying.
X and Y was really good. I like Sun and Moon a lot. I think base Sun and Moon really good.
I thought they were good too. I didn't like the story, not the story itself, but like the way the game tries to just railroad you like a little bit too much. Like I know Pokemon kind of does railroad you story-wise, but that one was like almost every 10 minutes there was another cutscene and you had to face your rival or do another thing and you couldn't escape it. And that was a little repetitive. I was like,
You
okay.
talking about X and Y or Sun and Moon?
Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun and Moon. Not too familiar, to be honest.
There's a good amount of dialogue here and there. I will admit that.
I feel like
But
the
I
game
liked the story. It was fun.
Black I believe had a lot of dialogue in the beginning. Way too much. Like you were trying to go play the game and you couldn't get for a while. If I can remember off the top of my head.
Black and White, in my opinion, has the best overall story that any Pokemon game has done. I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but I definitely think that's one of the best stories.
Oh, 100%. I feel like Black and White was pinnacle. Or peak Pokemon, I should say.
I'll say that only for the story. And I really like that it was very innovative because it was the first Pokemon game since Red and Blue to introduce 150 new Pokemon.
Yes. I will say that what's awesome about it is that they actually added a Pokemon at Triple O on the Pokédex, which was Victini.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah, he was Pokemon Zero for a little while.
Yeah, then National Dex.
But like I mean, I liked it because like I know some people didn't like it because they wanted to use like some of their classics and stuff, and you couldn't use those until you beat the game. But I liked playing a new game where you were forced to use the new stuff. Because I always tried to use the new stuff when I play the new games. But in this one, it's like, all right, you got to use the new stuff and you got to learn their new abilities. And, some of it mirrored like stuff from the past. Like it had a dog Pokemon, it had a cat Pokemon early on. Like those early rodent type Pokemon that you find in the first routes.
A
Mm.
Pikachu.
Yeah, like all that type of stuff. But like the bird, the early route bird, which ironically, that game actually has my least favorite of the early route birds.
Which one was the early bout?
Unpheasant is the
Wow,
final
I forgot that
evolution.
was a Pokemon.
Yeah. Unpheasant is my least favorite of the early route birds.
At least they have one thing, and it was like the male and female looked different.
Yes, that was it.
I mean, you gotta give them props. They tried. That's a
They
lie.
did. No, I mean, obviously they tried. Obviously they put attempt in. Somebody did the art, and
Mm-hmm.
it just didn't do anything unique, really. It wasn't that special. But then obviously in Gen 6, they were like, all right, you guys are going to hate on that one. We're going to give you Talonflame, which is going to change the metagame for a long ass time.
What about Talonflame, bro? Talonflame. Can we not discuss how amazing Talonflame was?
It was so good, they had to nerf it. They had to nerf the ability Gale Winds or Gale Wings. Gale Wings allows flying type moves to be priority +1. And now they changed it so it's only a priority +1 if the HP is full. But I mean, Roost, you get priority Roost for a long ass time. You're like, oh, priority Roost. You're not going to knock me out today. Of course, priority Tailwind is the main thing that it has going for it. And then, it has priority Brave Birds for fun as well. Great Pokemon. And flying type attacks are just great attacks. They hit a lot of things for neutral.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been noticing about a lot of VGCs. A lot of the neutral damage has been what was it?
Consistent.
It's been very consistent. It's been very, very strong. Like in the past, I felt like it wasn't as strong. A lot of lightning, um, but I think right now it's at a good point.
Well, lightning is very common always in the metagame, so I mean that's just something that's normal. Everybody learns Thunderbolt.
Yeah, electric type of moves are really good, especially electric type Pokemon, because they only have one weakness. So a lot of people are just forced to bring something that has Earth Power or Earthquake, or
I
now
mean,
more
yeah.
recently, Stomping Tantrum.
Mm. Yeah, I think a lot of this. I think a lot of this stuff, though, with like Regulation F, has just been very. I feel like there's a lot of viability for flying Pokemon, and I don't know about y'all, but I feel like a weird type, surprisingly for me, that I think is kind of underrated at this point is what was it called? Poison. That's something I've been noticing a lot of people running on the ladders. But I'm trying to figure out a generation. Is there a generation where there was a lot of poison Pokemon?
You ever heard of Amoonguss? That's all I'm gonna say.
I know Amoonguss is a poison Pokemon, but I'm trying to say like I feel like Poison don't get enough love though.
Well,
I
you
agree.
remember Venusaur, the #1 Pokemon?
That's Gen 1. We're on Gen what, 9?
Still, he was the first type was grass poison.
I feel like they ain't giving that man no love. It's sad,
Chlorophyll's
bro.
no love. Damn.
They giving it no love, man.
Chlorophyll's no love. I thought I'd never heard a day.
Like Venusaur is good, but I don't think anyone's taking no one playing Venusaur. Come on, man.
What?
No one
Dog.
playing Venusaur. No one playing Venusaur.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been playing it too much, man. No one playing Venusaur, man.
If you can bring Venusaur back, you are the man.
If you can do it, man, you got it.
Ah,
Like,
well, nobody draft him because I don't matter go after him now. I'm gonna prove a point.
get that thing round 1.
Let's see.
Poison Pokemon are my favorite types. Like my favorite Pokemon is Coughing.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I liked strategies that do damage over time. Like if I play RPGs, I always look for characters that can do stuff like that, or an item or a weapon that does stuff like that. I think that's just so much fun to do, like the small residual damage. And then when they came out with Sandstorm, like in Gen 2, I was like, oh, dang, is there a way I can do this like with the poison? And I was trying to combo that. And then now they have like Stealth Rocks that came out in Gen 4. I know Spikes came out in Gen 2 also, but I wasn't too familiar with like those type of moves because I didn't catch Pokemon that could learn them. And then Hail, when that came out in Gen 4 also.
Oh, Hale. Such a rest in peace, Hale.
Well, I mean, people like it better now because it didn't do anything except that. And then they were like, well, why don't I just use sand?
True.
But now, the snow, which it doesn't do the damage over time like Hail did, which would be amazing with the buff it got now, because now ice Pokemon get a defense boost in the snow.
Oh, wait. Ice Pokemon now get defense boost? When was this a thing?
This generation of
This
Pokemon.
generation. Yeah.
No way. So
Yeah, that's why Snowscape is
okay.
literally...
Dang, that's pretty good. I kind of wish I knew that.
So, to me, it looks like somebody like Lapras in the snow could be pretty good.
That boy tanky.
But another Pokemon, now we're talking about Pokemon that we're sleeping on here, it is a water ice type, but it is not Lapras. I'm going to look at the stats as I...
You said water ice type.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
Lapras.
probably talking about Cloyster.
It's gotta be Cloyster. That's fast.
I'm gonna let y'all both make a guess. You guys don't have to guess the same Pokemon.
All right. So what was the clue?
It is a water ice type, and it does come from Generation 1.
Dugong.
I was about to say Dugong, but
yeah, you guys got it. You guys got it. I made it too easy.
I mean,
Hey, that's Seafoam Island.
If it's not Cloyster, if it's not Lapras, it's Dugong. It's literally the last one.
So Dugong the stats are great on Dugong. The offensive stats are 70. Its speed is 70. So it's really kind of normal there. No big deal there. But it's got an HP of 90, defensive 80, special defense of 95.
95 special defense.
And so you combine that 95 special defense and you have him in the snow. Now he's going to be looking really bulky depending on how you do his spread. He also has the ability Thick Fat. So
Oh,
so that gives him an extra layer of resistance to fire and ice moves, which you probably wouldn't use anyway, but that opens him up to Terra. You can Terra Grass, and now he has like 2 resistances to both fire and ice,
Which are
making
both
those hit
weaknesses.
neutral.
Yep.
you cooking
Um,
over here, man. You cooking.
yeah,
He's
I
just cooking a
noticed.
little filet mignon.
He's got some cool tools at his disposal now with like flip turn. Um, he does get ice spinner for those who are setting terrains all the time. He gets the other physical water moves. He gets your liquidation, your waterfall. He can do icy wind. Does he get helping hand? Yes, he gets helping hand. So he's gonna be like a sea lion going or. He's not bad at all. He even gets alluring voice, our new fairy type move. Oh, he gets fake out. Hello. Yes, I'll take that.
wait. Dukong is fake out?
Yep,
Why not?
because he can breed with all of these little cat Pokemon.
No, no way.
Yeah, he's looking kind of nice. Yeah.
All of a sudden, Dugong's looking like an MVP for this league. It's like in the finals, Dugong versus Venusaur.
Could you imagine?
Who would have thought?
So, talking about fake out, how important do you guys think fake out is on a team?
At least one. I always think one good fake out Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I think fake out is good just as a little breather, breaks focus ashes. I think overall it's a really interesting Pokemon to use, or it's an interesting Pokemon move to use. It's always nice to test water, see what people are thinking at the time. Is it necessary? No, I don't think it's necessary. If you can outspeed them or do something to basically smack them once they get that one fake off, it's done. It definitely needs to be used strategically, for sure.
Yes.
I like fake out on bulky Pokemon.
I like it on Iron Hands.
Hashtag bulky.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Never thought that would happen. No, I love the move fake out too. It helps you kind of put things at your pace. If you're afraid your opponent's going to try to set up on you. And I was trying to think like if it was more of an offensive or a defensive strategy, but you really could use it on either.
It's
Like
both.
if you're kind of playing slow, you could use it. If you're trying to play fast, it could help you just keep up the pace early.
I think, question. With this new, what are the best fake out Pokemon coming from the DLC? I haven't checked the DLC, that's why.
Okay.
So
Well,
what's it looking like?
I think Dugong is a pretty good contender. But let's see what else we got in the DLC. I'm gonna pull that up really quick. Blue Bear. Oh, and let's put Indigo Disc. Indigo Disc DLC. Pokemon. All right, so returning Pokemon. Well, I'm gonna kind of name off some that I know for sure get fake out. Blastoise gets fake out.
That's pretty. Wait, Blasto. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's a pretty bulky. There's not too many bulky special attacking Pokemon that can do fake out. He's like really the only one that comes to mind.
Mm.
The funny thing is, though, his physical and special attack are about the same 85, 83. So either way. But yes, he does get fake out. Let's see. I'm just going to scroll down. I said Dugong. Hitmonchan, I think, could be a pretty good fake out user. The whole Hitmon line gets fake out. But I like Hitmonchan because Hitmonchan has inner focus, so he cannot be faked out.
Mm.
And he gets a lot of other priority moves. So he could Mach Punch, he could Feint, he could Quick Guard. So he could use that to kind of help your team not get faked out, but only if he's faster than the Pokemon, because they're the same speed priority. He also gets Bullet Punch. Hitmonchan is like, his stats aren't amazing, but they're a little better than people realize. Like,
Is
he has
he
a
the counter Pokemon?
110 special defense. Like, it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
But all the Hitmons, they do get the fake out. Hitmontop, I think, is another one that would be great because he actually gets Intimidate. So he could be kind of like a mini Incineroar.
This man gets fake out and intimidate. Now that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. He definitely would be a budget Incineroar. But in the format of a league, you're kind of looking for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Granbull get fake out? I'm gonna look real quick.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I don't see it, so I don't think so. Okay. No
I think he
fake
gets
out for him.
Snarl and not fake out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Well, Smeargle for sure is probably in the top 5, top 3 fake out users in this DLC.
Shout out to Johto.
Exactly.
I feel like Johto gets no love at all.
It doesn't get enough love.
No. It does get love for Titar, Smeargle, and that's it. Kingdra is the other one. But the starters, they're meh. Except for Almighty Chikorita, but you guys can fight with that. Johto's legendaries, top tier. They've all been good.
Yep, I can agree with that.
The worst one, Ho, is good. That tells you a lot. Let's see. What does Johto have? That's Umbreon, Espeon. Top picks are different things. Trying to think of something that's like, Volbeat and Luminease. So there's a lot of great picks.
No, that's Hoenn. That's Hoenn, my friend.
Volbeat? Isn't
Volbeat.
Yeah.
That's
Hoenn?
Hoenn.
It's Lady. Yeah, never mind.
Ladybug.
Yeah, Lady Ball's ass, bro. You go ahead and take that back.
I can keep that one.
I think I named off
Mighty Scizor.
the best
Mighty
fake out
Scizor.
users.
How we forget Scizor?
I think I named off the best newer fake out users. I mean, Cineroar is going to be number 1 in my opinion, and pretty much everyone else's.
Yeah, I think that man is just undefeated. Like, when it comes to Pokemon. Like you ain't getting out of that.
Meowstic gets fake out too, but I mean, it's not like something that I'm gonna be looking for it to do. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I need Meowstic for fake out. I feel like I'll just grab somebody else. But Incineroar for sure, Dugong, Smeargle, a Hitmontop, and then you could do some stuff with Blastoise. I think those are probably the best 5 new ones.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list now. I see Dugong is one of them.
Definitely Blastoise.
Alolan Persian. That's something I actually faced off at a tournament.
Yeah,
that one's pretty good.
That's been. I mean, I think that's been available to us since
That's available since the beginning.
I think
Really?
so. Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't allowed in VGC until like Regulation D, I think, but it's been available in the game since the inception of the game.
Yeah, I think you can get a Alolan Meowth or something early. Like a, was that the other Meowth? The Berserker Meowth?
Yeah, you can get the Galarian Meowth from like a side quest in the game pretty early. Well, not early, it's actually late game. You have to be like best friends with the art teacher.
Huh, I don't think I've gotten that one.
That's a little sus.
Hey.
Friends with the art teacher?
It'd be kind of cool if you had Smeargle, but...
Yes, that would be cool.
Like, you know, so many paintings. That would have been dope.
That would have been smart. See, they didn't think about that.
See, that's logical. Why would you think logic in Pokemon, you know?
I don't think it's the art teacher. I think it's a different teacher. No, he's the language teacher. That's remember. He's the one that teaches you different languages. But it doesn't matter because you guys didn't go to the schools. So you don't care.
What do you mean? What you mean?
I know you don't care.
Especially
you, Caesar. I know you didn't do any of the damn classes in the
the thing. Stuff for the what nasty plot. That's what I did it for. Was it nasty plot at the end?
Yes. And you know how to get that? The way you get that is by catching the 4 damn legendaries in the game. So
yeah, which didn't you have to talk to somebody to tell you how to do all that?
Yeah, you got to. I think it's the history teacher.
That's what it was. A history teacher.
All right, I had a question for you guys.
What's up?
When I'm on Showdown, I always like looking at different stats. You know, just sorting them out by different stats, seeing what's available. What's one stat that when you are looking for a Pokemon, this is one stat you're always like, hey, I'm looking at this stat. This is something I want to try. Probably something that isn't too used too often. Like for me, I am always a big fan of special defense. So, you know, I use Hisuian Gudra. I use Florges. I use Carbink even in one season. Things like that. So that's one thing I've always been looking into. Just always keeping up with Pokemon and seeing like, you know what special defense Pokemon got dropped. For you guys, what is a stat that you guys usually keep an eye out for, just in case, you know, for a little wow factor, a little fun factor for you guys?
HP.
HP.
Yeah. I think with enough HP, you can balance a Pokemon's bulk if they have low defenses. Like a Pokemon that looks like it's easy to knock out. If it's got a high HP, like an HP in the 120s, 130s, 140s, that
my beer.
That could be I mean, Blissy's like fucking what, 200 or something?
255.
Yeah, like but yeah, that's like the queen example of that, right? Being able to balance out that with her 10 defense. But yes, no, I look at HP like I look at a Pokemon like Wigglytuff, for example. Wigglytuff has some awful defenses.
Hmm.
Wigglytuff has defenses that are like in the 40s,
Yep.
and that's just like off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
45.
45 defense, 50 special defense, but it's got a 144 HP. So that tells me like, all right, this thing can take hits that people don't think it can take. Like first, it's immune to dragon. It's immune to ghost. It resists fighting. It's only going to take fighting at neutral damage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at it like in a trick room team. I'm like, okay, this could be interesting. 85 special defense. But that big stat of HP is the first thing that makes me look at a Pokemon. And then I'm like, oh, okay, let me look at it. But obviously, like all the other stats, I'm going to look at those too. But for the sleeper Pokemon, I look at their HP.
All right. What about you, Caesar?
I have no answer to that. I just look for moves. If it's a move I like, I play it.
So nothing. You gonna let me down like that, right?
I say attack. I mean, honestly, attack, or special attack. Look for people that have both really high. Um, just take advantage of that.
All right. All right.
Because
Yeah,
if
I
you're good
know.
at intimidate, you're able to use special attacks, you know?
I feel like that was me season 1. Season 1, I was just like, yo, what hits hard? Like, what could smack or whatever? Like, I remember I was hyping up. I was like, yo, Reggie Gigas is in the league? What the hell? And then I found out I had a slow start. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, oh, it's like Trump. This is ass.
Yep.
Until you mess with the different ways to get rid of its ability.
Yeah. Oh, I've definitely done that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things I've seen like people think of. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is wheezing.
Mm, that's actually pretty smart. That is pretty smart, actually. Because
Um,
Weezing does all Pokemon in the field, right?
right.
Mm.
Yeah, wheezing will get rid of all the statuses. Most statuses. There's like a very small list now of statuses that don't go away. But now, what is included that wasn't included at first are the paradox abilities.
Yeah, I heard those stay on.
Because at first they were, well, see, at first they stayed and they weren't affected by them, but now they are affected and they will not activate if wheezing is on the field.
Mm. Interesting.
And that's what happened to a couple players that had they were going to use wheezing at the regionals for what was the one in California that just happened? San Antonio, I think. They like one of the dudes I watched, that's a +1. Like he's a pretty entertaining guy, and he had a little wheezing team, and he was so excited. He said he was gonna win the whole thing, and then like right before the San Antonio regionals, they slapped that change on wheezing, and his team didn't work half as fucking good as he wanted it to, because he had like 3 paradox Pokemon on his team that he
Mm.
was gonna switch in and out with wheezing, and their abilities were still gonna go off and shit. Nah, none of that. Couldn't do
None of
shit.
that. Couldn't be me.
Um, well, yeah, there's wheezing. What's it called? The Whimsicott. Yeah, Whimsicott can do like worry
Mm.
seed. You can do a quick little
What's
worry
this
seed.
guy? Ooh.
And what does Worry Sea do?
Worry seed changes the Pokemon's ability to insomnia.
Oh.
And it's a move that's mostly learned by grass Pokemon.
Interesting. And Whimsicott is that's a grass Pokemon, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. I feel like there's so much stuff that just got added to this DLC. At first, I was like, "Oh, it's not much that got added. It's just a little bit here and there." But the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, "There's so much stuff going on," and I don't know about you guys. I've been definitely like overwhelmed by so much of the stuff that's been happening. Just the different combinations, different cores. You know, I was watching a Neo VGC thing, and he was talking about how there's like, I think like 48 strong cores right now. I'm just like, holy crap, that's a lot.
There's a lot of good stuff right now. And there, I think some of the old stuff that maybe wasn't working as well, I think it's going to get a new life. Like, I think Dondozo Tatsugiri could come back. Now, I don't know if I want to make that effort to make it work, but I think that's a threat again, especially with the new stuff you can pair with it. It could be really annoying.
Would you say that Tatsugiri and Dondozo are just like, you know, just one Pokemon away from being like, okay, this is back into like the metagame? Like, I know I was watching like a Wolfie Glick video or whatever, and he was talking about, oh, you know, I started playing with this, started playing with that. And then the more people started playing with it, now they're like, okay, actually, this is pretty good. Let me tweak it this way to make it even better. And I feel like Tatsugiri Dondozo are always those Pokemon where it's like, they're good, but there's always, you know, oh, like this one thing just makes it so much better. And then they find that one thing.
Well, my opinion on it is that when you commit a third of your team to two Pokemon that kind of work together, but not that great individually. Dandoso, he works pretty well individually, but and so does I guess you could say it Tatsugiri because he does have a couple things you can, you know, niche things you can do, but ultimately they become one half of your team when you're battling. So when you really want to commit half your team to something that can be burned and literally be cut in half of what it does. So there's a quarter of your team power coming out.
It comes down to this. If you can play Dondozo and Tatsugiri well, because they are considered a high skilled team. I don't care what people say. Yeah, you can slap those two Pokemon down and do some annoying crap, but to do it well, it's high skilled.
100%.
And if you can play that, you can play almost anything. If you can play it well, you can play anything.
You got me sold on the Blastoise or fake. Just letting you know, I'm still on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff, bro. There's a lot of like sideways, you know, plays that you could do that people aren't going to be expecting. And I agree with what you said about Dondozo Tatsugiri. Like, if you don't know how to bring out the best in them, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And part of their advantage is being on your roster. That's part of the play. Like, that's part of the chess move there, is that they're there and your opponent is like, okay, well, this guy's going to open up with his bishop and try to come at my queen. No, I got your ass. No, I'm going to actually move my knight. Tatsugiri, like, they're there. You know, you see them there and you're like, all right, I got, you have to expect that they're going to come out. You can't make a play where like, nah, they ain't gonna bring them. Because if you do and they bring them, you're screwed.
Mm.
And that is the strength. That's the true strength of Tatsugiri and Dondozo, is the fact that they might come out. And if they don't come out and you over prepared, you're gonna be screwed, because now you got yourself a freaking team that's meant to fight Dondozo and Tatsugiri, and they're not even the 4 Pokemon that came out.
In the fighting world, we call that punishment.
And that's part of the strat. That's part of what they do.
Have you guys been following a lot of the Regulation F um, tournaments as of lately, or is it been something that you're kind of just waiting for, like this week, for example, like tomorrow?
I'm
Or
gonna
this
be
weekend?
watching tomorrow for sure.
Same. I'm about to say I'll be on with you guys, probably seeing if you guys are watching it too. But I'm really excited for tomorrow. Like I'm actually really pumped for the VGC. TCG, scrap it. I'm probably gonna be selling my stuff. But the VGC, I'm actually very involved in it right now.
It's kind of addicting, bro, because I wasn't playing VGC until I joined the last draft league, and then I just find myself wanting to learn more about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what else is there. And now it's like this rabbit hole I can't get out of. I'm just like chasing more information for this type of stuff. And now
Facts.
I just want to share it with people. I want other people to know. I'm like, look at this shit. This is awesome. This is fun. Even when you lose and you get your face smushed in, it is amazing.
It's a really fun game right now. Like I'm having a blast with this stuff.
And it makes it more fun when you got people to team build with too. Practice your stuff. Um, get beat several times. People tell you how crappy your ideas are, and then you realize, okay, that's never going to work. Let's try something else. And then when you find out that that perfect strat that just kind of puts your whole team together, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, it just feels good too. Like overall, you're like, I got something here. We got something here. It feels great.
Well, guys, are there any other things that you guys are excited about upcoming with our draft league or with VGC? Caesar?
Did they give Charizard back Tailwind? Damn, bro. Well, nah, I'm not excited about that. I was wondering if that happened. Honestly, I'm excited for Venusaur Chikorita. I'm excited for all the starters coming back. It's nice and a little refreshment because from previous generations to now, there's always been a starter that kind of defines that era. And except for Gen 1 and Gen 2 just for the lack of usage, and Gen 1 is just because obviously Charizard and Venusaur were used so much in VGC. It's just it's interesting to see like in the Hoenn region, your go-to is Blaziken. Let's be honest, Speed Boost Blaziken,
Mm.
amazing. Gen 4, you have Infernape. That man was a monster. And now Empoleon with a competitive, I believe, is what he got. Yeah, so he gave him the special attack boost. Oh my goodness. I can't only imagine the teams you can do with that. Then you have we don't talk about Gen 5. We just don't talk about Gen 5 out here. Gen 6, Mr. Greninja? Come on now.
Mm.
Then Gen 7, you have a couple options, right? 'Cause that's the gen that introduced fairies as a starter, right? The water fairy? Or am I
Gen 7, bro. Incineroar, bro.
Incineroar? Please, he's garbage. Yeah, he's amazing. And then you got Gen 8, which is
Rilla.
Rillaboom, yeah. Actually, all three of them are not bad.
But Rilla, though.
Rilla was
Yeah,
definitely the
real it's nasty.
Rilla with the fake out, the sucker punch. He has sucker punch, right?
Nah.
He has knockoff.
Knockoff. I'm sorry. And who was a dark move? Like, hold up a second. I don't know why I thought it was sucker punch, but yeah, might as well be the way he plays.
Yeah, right. I think it's just crazy good.
Hmm. So, I mean, every generation starter that pretty much defined an era is there, and then you have Keen and Cinnabar. Ugh, you know, I don't know, I'm just excited about the starters.
Joe, anything else that you're excited about other than the things you mentioned?
For me, I think I'm just honestly excited about just VGC having a fresh format. Just something different. Like I always get tired when things are stale. And when things are stale, for me, that's how you lose. Like, that's where you're supposed to be getting people. Like, keeping it fresh, keeping it fun. Um, I'm just excited for something fresh. I want some
Yeah.
spice in my life.
Okay, okay. How about you?
I am excited about this final DLC coming out. We're finally going to get the mythical Pokemon of the game, and it's going to have its own storyline too. And I love when they do stuff like that and they don't just give it to you like you put in a code and it's like, all right, oh, here you guys go. Here's a code for this mythical Pokemon. It's actually going to be part of the story. So I think that just makes it more fun. And that's going to be on the 11th. So that's something to do on Thursday evening. Play a little bit of that, get yourself a mythical Pokemon, and whatever else they kind of put in there. You never know. They might add a new, couple new Pokemon or something, or I don't know. I'm hoping for too much, but my expectations are reasonable. I know we're just gonna probably just get the mythical and that's it.
Mm, Pretty much from what I hear, people lock I said they want to do.
Right. I know some people already have kind of like they acquired the item or whatever to make the story go and everything, but I haven't watched any of that, so I'm gonna experience it all for the first time. But
Bring a towel.
that's weird.
No, just bring a towel. You never know.
That's all right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Cinnabar Hot Takes. There's the three of us here, as you know, late night. Everybody here has a name. If you don't know by now, you're going to learn it by episode 3 for sure. We promise you that. If there's anything else that you guys want to talk about or you want us to talk about, we can talk about those things because this is an open forum, except we're mostly talking about Pokemon.
That's true.
Facts.
Fact.
All right, guys. Peace out. We'll see you on the next hot take. Take it
Next
easy.
time. Later.